I'm Lauren Mannion, and two of my brothers have been in the army. This is my daughter Ayla, and she's helping me film.
I'm Craftsman Jake Mannion. Number was 25188571. Since I was younger, I was part of the Army Cadets. Maybe that played a part in me wanting to be in the Army, and probably even the events of the year before, of a lot of the Army being on the news of the war in Iraq. I joined the Army in June 2004. I served for 6 years until 2010 when I left. So I spent a lot of my time mainly based in Germany, which wasn't too far away, so a lot of European countries here and there, a lot of time in Central America, in Belize, over in North America as well, in Canada, where I spent a year, and then of course over in places as well like Iraq, Kuwait and Qatar, all the Middle East, doing all that out on operations.
Okay, so why did you leave the Army, Jake?
So I did my 4 years minimum service plus a bit more. I guess after a while of just going around all over the place, I wanted to come home and have a normal life and see how I can do back on Civvy Street. Get a girlfriend, buy a house, have a dog, not have to worry about being away for months on end.
What was your least favourite part?
Probably the working hours actually. You know, when you're going around, you know, we find ourselves working, you know, constantly up to the date before going somewhere, working all the way throughout the deployment, and then constantly afterwards as well. You know, it can be late nights, working all night. It can be very tiring, very frustrating.
Mentally draining and physically.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's everyone's beds or whatever. Graves, tombstones, whatever. It's funny, I think I still sort of hear from some of these people that are in these pictures.
You do or you don't?
Yeah, still do. Most of them have kids.
When you go out on operations, everyone goes through this little thing called decompression, which you think at the time sounds really weird, but it's actually just like a briefing in a video to tell you how to integrate back into society again. You know, that you're not going to come home to streets of people waving flags. It's just going to be, you know, you and a couple of other guys going to sit down in the pub and everyone else is going about their day again, and how weird it is. So I guess that can, yeah, definitely affect a lot of people, and a lot more people have been affected a lot worse. You know, because the effect when they come back to home, whether it's straight away or it could lay there hidden for years and then just come back all of a sudden.
I'm Luke Mannion and I'm the oldest brother.
I'm Jake Mannion, I'm the middle brother.
I'm Sam Mannion, I'm the youngest brother. I think you ruined that, Jake.
I'm not in the army.
I was in the army.
I'm currently in the army.
You know, why haven't you gone in the army?
I was, you know, in the process of, you know, joining up. I had an interview, some guy come to the school. It was when I was doing my A-levels. I was thinking about it. I saw he was away for a long time. I didn't really fancy that. I didn't want to be away for that length of time. So I changed my mind.
Kind of
I was waiting for you to say it. I was like, fuck's sake, just say family man. Keep going away on courses to further myself in, say like the combat engineering or my trade. So I'm fully qualified in fabrication and welding. Just done a tree surgery chainsaw course on my combat engineering.
So when you come out of the army, can you use these new skills in normal civilian life?
I would assume so, but most of the lads don't.
So if you came out of the army, what would you do? Would you do something like that?
Probably not.
3/4 of soldiers are suffering from post-traumatic stress. 9,000 soldiers are homeless. Mental health in ex-soldiers has risen by 26%. There are currently 50,000 unemployed soldiers in Britain today. Some people think that the government are part of the problem.
What's your response?
There's loads of guys that say like they join the infantry, they don't really get much qualifications, stuff like that. All they do
Just
is
sort
run
of
about
refers to
and use
the
their
front
weapons, don't they?
They're the front line people.
Everyone's front line, but they're
infantry.
the infantry
is
is
their
less, yeah,
the specialists.
less
So
special.
they obviously, if they get out, they haven't really got much to fall back on.
No. So they struggle to find any work really and just be sitting around.
The people who join the infantry are probably the people that maybe were likely to go to prison if they didn't, you know.
But do you not think that
Some of these
if they
people,
were
not all
likely
of
to
them.
go to prison, maybe the army should help them
Well,
when they leave? Give them more support.
But it's still
than,
their
say,
choice
you
to
two.
leave the army, isn't
Yeah.
it?
How did you tell the army that you were wanting to leave?
Well, I guess it started quite boring really, that you put an application form in. You sort of fill out that you request that you want to leave, as the process takes about 12 months. The recession was going on, so that's all I got all the time. You know, it's going to be hard getting out, you know, it's probably not a good time, you're sure you don't want to leave at the end of the year. There's no jobs out there, was one I heard a lot. You struggled to find anything, which wasn't the case.
I think you'll appreciate now why there's a need to shout when we're giving the orders.
I'm a firefighter now. I have been for a year. I'm helping people and I hope to go far in this career.
Right, dress! Eyes, front!
I knew one guy and we thought it was funny. It was quite a few months later after he got back, once he actually got involved in a suicide bomb attack where none of the soldiers died, but we were driving past the Rangers one day and the artillery was shooting, and as soon as we went past one, he kind of woke up quite scared looking. But you know, we think, well, the best way is just to laugh about it and hope, you know, hope that it's all right. Really, that's the best way.
I'm proud of both of them being in the army. Yeah, I would never discourage them. I was pleased that they both decided to do it. And we're very happy, aren't we?